What's up guys, my name is DeadVerse and we are going to be using a Siren special weapon in BO7 Zombies. The Siren has a magazine attachment that allows for bouncing orbs with increased projectile speed and also magazine ammo capacity increase. The Siren, after using the Pack-A-Punch machine, will have a special ability which will make it more useful than it already is, so stick around and you will see what I mean. I have seen a lot of creators calling this the Banshee from Black Ops 3, which I will admit, it does remind me of that just because it's an energy weapon that shoots orbs, and that's kinda interesting to see in this game especially. Black Ops 7 is a prequel to Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, so it makes sense that any weapons that are in this game are basically prototypes of futuristic weapons, which I will say is actually a pretty nice addition, honestly. Let's appreciate the fact that Treyarch brought a weapon like this that I feel like brings uniqueness to the game. I mean, think of it this way, it's like a flying orb that bounces off of multiple surfaces and also penetrates the zombies. To be honest, I felt as though the Siren wasn't going to be the best weapon or even good at all, just because I was like, you know what, something like this I feel like might be overpowered, and so I don't want them to take it to the extreme of making it less powerful. However, so far it's exceeded my expectations. For starters, we start with the 9-round magazine. I mean, that's actually pretty solid for this game, and then the fact that I could just move around and just shoot it freely is actually pretty nice too. I will say that the fire rate isn't as impressive, but maybe you'll see in a bit what happens to that. However, right now, let's just do this challenge so that we can finally get Pack-A-Punch opened. I shock those zombies with, of course, dead wire, because of course we always need that at any time. Time to see how the Siren changes after Pack-A-Punching it, and we see that now it shoots 3 orbs with an increased fire rate. That's actually very useful, because now what you can do is making sure that you can kill these zombies pretty quickly as usual. Funny enough, originally when I actually recorded this video, the Siren actually did not have the special magazine that allowed it to go through zombies. Before, it used to only bounce from zombies, and that actually was pretty bad. However, since they had fixed it, I decided to retest it again, and so far you guys are seeing how effective it is. I mean, for once, it can actually kill zombies more effectively than the base version, and I feel like that's actually really cool to see. How about against frozen zombies? Will the Siren be pretty effective against them? And so far we're seeing is that the bouncing mechanic actually does help kill the frozen zombies, just because it doesn't kill them in one shot, which is okay so far. The frozen zombies are meant to be a little bit more powerful, and that's reasonable, because I mean, if they weren't as powerful, I feel like it would be pretty useless. However, so far we got max ammo. I wish mod tools came back in Black Ops 7 Zombies. Could you imagine all the possibilities that creators and modders can make? So many maps with so many unique weapons like this one. I just feel like ever since Black Ops 3, we've always been wanting more and more content that I feel like it diversifies the playing field. I mean, so far, there's so many things in this game that I feel like with mod tools can really benefit so much. For example, this game has advanced graphics, of course way more perks. You got gobblegum system, field upgrades, you got ammo mods. You have upgrading your weapons to get special abilities. Of course, you have tiers of weapons, and you just have so much more that I feel like this game could benefit from greatly if it had mod tools. I mean, it would be kind of difficult to use on consoles, however, I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to implement them as well. Time to kill zombies while standing during this TED task, and so far the bouncing projectile orbs can actually help a lot with being able to kill zombies right in front of us, and also the ones that are pretty good distance. And so far we were easily able to get our highest rarity right here, and then from there let's check out the chest. Hopefully we get some good items. Let's open up the chest, and we got some Casimirs and also a free perk such as Mule Kick. Very nice, especially for this weapon. Speaking of Black Ops 3 mod tools, recently in the zombies community on Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies, there was a Blundell-a-thon where Jason Blundell actually went over multiple zombies maps that creators made, and so he was there to judge them on creativity, originality, and of course the way that the maps felt and played. As zombies fans, we appreciate Jason Blundell's work, of course, on the Call of Duty Zombies community, because he was the director of multiple zombies games, and I feel as though the modern zombies formula and also any mechanics that have been introduced today and previously were because of him. And I just love the fact that, of course, we always love innovation and of course new things to come to the zombies formula, and it's always good to have that, and I enjoy that because of course it always brings freshness to the table. Time for Pack-A-Punch 2 on the Siren, and let's see how it kills the zombies. No shocker, it kills them pretty well. Luckily for us, I feel like it does really good damage. The only thing I will say is that of course we need some more perks, and then we just need to level up our tier rarity. Our main objective is we need to stay in this area for as long as possible until the timer runs out and we get our highest rarity. So far with the Siren, it shouldn't be a big deal. I will say that we do have wildfire, which does help a lot, especially with the tornado. I mean, I just love it. It just sucks at the zombies, and it just keeps them in one place so that it can also use for crowd control as well as with this weapon. We need more field upgrades like wildfire, something that's different and creative to this game. I just feel like the fact that it's like a ring of fire around you, I mean, that's nothing we haven't seen before. Actually, I take that back. We did see some sort of ring of fire back in Cold War and Vanguard Zombies, where it was basically a purple ring, and so in that ring you would actually do more damage the longer you stayed in there, and also you can shoot your weapon for a pretty long period of time. And I just feel like hopefully we get to see that later on in the future. Let's check our chest and hopefully get some good things. And we got 2 perks. Let's go, especially double tap. I like that. I bet you're excited to see this one. I mean, double tap makes a huge difference because now I can shoot it even much faster and also do more damage. One thing I will say though is that speed cola is a must on the Siren, just because although you do have 15 orbs that you can shoot that bounce everywhere, you also want to make sure you can reload as quickly as you can, just because what if you're in a corner? What if you're in situations where you really need to use this weapon? And so I feel like speed cola obviously gives you that advantage. And for a weapon like this, you cannot afford to miss any shots. What I'm going to do here is of course kill the zombies that are right in front of us, that are around us, especially in this area. I mean, there's so many zombies, but so far we got most of them and now we can go. I love to train in multiple areas so I can show you guys the full potential of every weapon, especially in this area. I mean, we got PhD Flopper, we got Wildfire, we got some crazy stuff. And luckily, one of the benefits of the Siren is that it actually goes through shields of necropincers, meaning that of course you could just shoot through him because most weapons cannot do that. However, the Siren is actually the few exception, and so I feel like it's actually really good at dealing with the necropincer. I mean, you guys saw in that case, literally killed him pretty easily. Time to get zombies kills inside the Bloodham Hall during his TET task, and luckily for us, because of the fact that there's so many walls, we can take advantage of the fact that these orbs are going to be bouncing everywhere, meaning that we're able to kill zombies pretty quickly and of course advance. Now unfortunately we did get the nuke, but the good thing is that I did clear up most of the zombies that were in our way. Now let's fully complete this TED task, and then from here let's check our rewards. Hopefully it gives us something great that we can obviously use as usual. And then from here let's check it out. We got Elemental Pop. Okay, that's nice. Elemental Pop helps so much, especially with this weapon, just because of the fact that of course activating Deadwire more makes it so I can freeze the zombies, and then of course the orbs can bounce and easily kill the zombies right in front of me. And I just love the fact that of course having ammo mods really makes a difference on this gun. Let me test out the Siren inside of this room against the frozen zombies, just because it is a pretty small area and of course the orbs be bouncing everywhere like crazy. Now let me just reload, and of course let me just find the rest of the frozen zombies. They do take a while to spawn in, I will say, but I'm pretty sure that's their intention, so they can easily kill us. Time to get zombies kills at lower elevation, and so far like I said, it can penetrate through multiple zombies. I mean, look at that. With a few orbs we're able to kill them pretty effectively. After I trained the zombies, I got some more kills, and man, that penetration power is just really excellent, and the fact we were able to get highest rarity. Let's check out the box again, and we got 2 more perks. Man, these boxes are really doing well for us. One of the most controversial features that I hear a lot of zombies players talk about in Black Ops 7 Zombies was the removal of carry forward. The idea behind carry forward was that anything from Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which was the previous installment, will be carried over to this game. So like weapons, operators, and many more stuff. And personally, I want to tell you that I wish carry forward was brought into this game. I mean, could you imagine so many possibilities of this game, just having so many weapons, of course maps and everything, of course operators? I feel like there'd just be so much more variety. I can see why they didn't do that, just because of course Treyarch has so many things on their hands, and I feel like if they were to bring some stuff over, then they would have to think about balancing and of course making sure that it fits into the meta. And I just feel like people would get tired of that, and unfortunately, well, we had to stick with what we got, and I just feel like that's okay with us. Treyarch instead introduced a new system which basically allows us so that now any weapons that are introduced to the mystery box that are from previous Call of Duty Zombies games are ultra rarity, meaning that they're the highest rarity and could do the most damage, rivaling wonder weapons, which is crazy. Of course, MP40 is in this game, and if you guys want me to use that and see how effective it is, let me know down in the comments, and I will use MP40. Maybe we're pretty good, who knows. But at the same time, I just feel like more weapons that come to this game hopefully are pretty good as that. It does kind of suck though, because of course those weapons you cannot add any attachments. I mean, could you imagine extended mags, or of course any barrels or sights, or just anything that would improve its mobility, just like stocks and whatnot. And it kind of sucks that we can't customize them, but that's okay. I mean, they are legacy legendary weapons for a reason, or in this case ultra rarity weapons, because the idea behind them is that they want to be as powerful as they can be. And I just feel like in that case it's like, okay, it doesn't matter if we don't have any attachments, as long as they perform well and of course showcase their true potential. I feel like that really does matter, especially in our cases. Let's see how Pack-A-Punch 3 affects the Siren, and so far we can actually kill zombies within one shot. The good thing is that so far we're able to spray pretty easily. Now I do see a necropincer, so let's activate our stuff and kill him pretty easily. It's great to see that many fans are loving Totenreich. I will say that Totenreich so far is actually really well designed, just because I felt like there was some heart and soul put into his map. A lot of maps I feel like so far were pretty decent, but I feel like this one you can definitely tell that Treyarch and of course the other developer, High Moon Studios, really put in the work and also really contributed to the map. This is why I believe collaboration is very important in the games industry. I mean, for one, creativity and also innovation gets flourished, and then as well things get done much quicker. I mean, think of it this way, there's so many people working on the project that you feel like you have different ideas and perspectives, and I feel like over time they should be doing this. I mean, for once they actually came out with a really great map, and I just feel like so far it's actually hitting well with the fans and we are loving it, and I just feel like we should continue with that, because as we all know, it's a win-win situation. I mean, both sides benefit, the developers, the players, because we get to see as fans what Treyarch and of course High Moon Studios and other developers that join into the Zombies franchise can really do with projects like these. And like I said, that's why personally I always like to praise them whenever I can, and in this case I will, because of course, you know, we want to acknowledge the fact that they have done an amazing job, especially with Totenreich. I feel like a lot of people had kind of like middle expectations, but with this map it's like, man, they did something really incredible, and so far it's like really good. I feel like the idea behind free content is that if it's free, the quality is not going to be as good, and I can see both sides of it. Of course, you want the content to be paid because, man, maybe the content is really good, but at the same time, it's like having free content provides, of course, inclusivity. What I mean by inclusivity is that it allows players like us to enjoy the game regardless if you have money or not for the DLC season. And I just feel like, in this case, for example, the Siren, I mean, you guys seen so far, it's pretty powerful. You can kill zombies, frozen zombies, and of course a necropincer. And I feel as though if it wasn't free content, it would be like supply drops where you have to gamble just to get this weapon. However, so far we don't have to do that, and that's actually pretty good. I mean, could you imagine if you had to gamble this weapon? Like, that'd be crazy. I just love the fact that now you could just earn it by doing some challenges, and that actually helps a lot. It makes progression more enjoyable because I feel like I love games whenever they prioritize skill. And in this case, anytime you do challenges to get like, you know, specific weapons or attachments, it's like you knowing that you can affect that because of course you have great skill, like that's very good in my opinion. And I just feel like for me, it's like that's why I love this game. And I just feel like over time, it's like you'd rather have stuff like this than of course supply drops. Speaking of the Siren, stay tuned and I'll show you guys the best camping spot to use this weapon, because of course we want to take advantage of the Orbs bouncing properties, and I feel like so far I've been showing you guys places that are actually pretty decent, but in this case I found something even greater. Now let me just take care of course these frozen zombies. Just let me get them one by one. I'm gonna punch you and you. Where are the other ones? Ah, there they are. Okay, there's the last one, and now from there we can max ammo. I found the spot. Did you guys guess correctly? I'm pretty sure some of you did. However, it's actually by the Pack-A-Punch machine. It's like a little mini river area, and I just feel like having the orbs bouncing on the walls actually does a really good job, especially keeping the zombies out from my reach. Could you imagine if there were 2 to 4 players taking advantage of this mechanic, especially with the Siren? I mean, just having a bunch of them and then just shooting all these orbs everywhere, it would be pretty nuts. Now we're going to do, of course, to use wildfire. And so far, like I said, wildfire's been pretty solid. I mean, especially in this area, just being able to have the tornado in front of us really helps to attract the zombies and keep them in like a center area. Now we're going to do, of course, keep on shooting. Now the round's about to end, and then from here we're going to exfil. Time to exfil with the Siren on Totenreich, and let's see how it does against the necropincer. So far it's killed the main one and also the zombies, but will it kill this boss one? Who knows, we will see. Although it does 20,000 damage, it's actually not that bad. The thing is though, is that this necropincer is pretty strong because of course it is the exfil main boss. We have the main necropincer right here in front of us, which like I said, it actually kills pretty quickly. However, the boss one, it does take a while, and the good thing is that it does penetrate through them. However, it is a little bit slower than usual, so I would say the best way to do it is of course use equipment, and then from there we could finally kill both of them at the same time, and then we're going to exfil. From here, what we're going to do is of course show you something special as usual. This is the best class setup for the Siren special weapon. For the magazine, we're going to use the MFS Deflection core, which allows for the ricochet projectile energy orb that bounces off of multiple surfaces with increased projectile speed and also increased to ammo capacity. For the rear grip, we're going to use the Soma 81 grip, which allows for better movement speeds. This has been a full breakdown of the Siren special weapon in Black Ops 7 Zombies. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.